Yeah, hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the challenge. Last time we did a Dynamax adventure with the hope of finding Drednaw. Actually we did two, and we did not find Drednaw, unfortunately. This time we will do another Dynamax adventure or two to find Drednaw, and hopefully we will actually find Drednaw this time. Let me start the timer. Cool, and let's embark. Let's go for Xerneas, save the adventure. Don't invite others. Right. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go for Piloswine. I think that makes the most sense. I'm gonna go for Piloswine. William's gonna go for Magneton. Ivy's gonna go for Munchlax. And Noah's gonna go for Cherrim. Right, that's a rock type immediately, but there's no other water or rock types on the field. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, no, none. I'm not sure what that rock type is. I'm not. I think it's Lairon, and the other one's Swoobat. So we're going to go for rock just in case, but because there's two more on either side. But I'm fairly sure it's Lairon. Lairon and Drednaw probably look fairly similar in terms of silhouette, so I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. No, it's Lairon, right? Oh well. Almost got my hopes up there. So I think I'm going to go for Max Knuckle. Yeah. Right. Let's see how this goes. Big Piloswine versus Big Lairon. Never thought you'd see it. But here it is. Right, Cherrim uses Rory Seed, which is going to make Lairon's ability Insomnia. So at least now we can take it out in one hit, but I don't think that's going to happen. Magneton uses Magnet Rise. Max Knuckle. Yeah, it does an alright amount of damage. And it boosts everyone's attack. Lairon uses Max Steel Spike on Cherrim, which, wow, did more damage than I thought it might. Brings it down into the red, and it boosts its own defense. Munchlax uses Fire Punch. Gonna go for Max Knuckle again. Cherrim uses Sunny Day, which is going to boost the power of fire type attacks and lower the power of water type attacks. Oh, but that does transform Cherrim into its other form. Magneton uses Flash Cannon, which I think did more damage than my Max Knuckle, which is great. Oh well. Oh wow, that did more. Alright, brings it down into the yellow. Boosts everyone's attack. It uses Metal Sound, but it's avoided. Munchlax uses Fire Punch. Brings it down into the red with the help of the sun. Gonna go for Max Knuckle again. Cherrim uses Solar Beam, which should be a one-turn move due to the sun. Yeah, there we go. Lairon, of course, needs to come from Hoenn, so there's no need to catch it here. It is a bit of a shame that that's not a Drednaw, but oh well. No one takes Lairon. Lairon is weak, says everyone. The ghost type is Golurk, obviously. I don't know what that ground type is. I think it's Quagsire. Yeah, we're gonna go that way because it leads to free over there. So, and I'm very confident that that ghost type is Golurk. Like all of it, I am incredibly confident of that. That silhouette is incredibly distinctive. Yeah, it's Quagsire. Cool. Of course, Golurk is not eligible. It needs to come from Unova. So I'm gonna use Blizzard. Cherrim uses Solar Beam. I think it should have set up Sun first, but alright. That's going to take 2 turns. Magneton uses Magnet Rise, which is good against a ground type opponent. It's a very good idea. Blizzard is avoided. Focus Blast, though, is going to bring Magneton down into the red. Oh dear. And Body Slam's going to do a bit of damage. Alright, so yeah, Blizzard has very bad accuracy, but oh well. I'm still going to go for it. Cherrim, yeah. Oh wow. I mean, I see why Cherrim didn't bother set up Sun now. Blizzard, yeah. Quagsire uses Focus Blast on Munchlax, which, ooh, even though it's super effective, Munchlax has that bulk. Body Slam brings it down into the red. I'm going to use Blizzard again. Cherrim uses Solar Beam. I'm not sure Quagsire is actually going to live this turn. Flash Cannon. Yeah, Blizzard is avoided again. Bloody hell! It's a 70%. It's a 70% accuracy, but I missed it twice out of 3 times. That's annoying. I was like, use Body Slam, and now I can Dynamax. Yay! I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna go for Max Hailstorm. Even if I didn't do it, I'm not going to be able to Dynamax in the first turn of the next battle, so I might as well Dynamax now, even if it makes it take longer. This isn't a speed run, this is fine. Right, Cherrim uses Solar Beam, and that's all she wrote. You know, sometimes it's just fun seeing big Piloswine versus big Quagsire. No need to catch it, Quagsire needs to come from Johto. But right, who are these next 3? Noah takes Quagsire. Although, really, William probably should have. Oh no, there's some berries here. That should heal William up quite a bit. Escavalier, Maractus, or Vigavolt. None of these are good. They're all not eligible. And I'm very confident for all of their silhouettes. Bug, let's go Escavalier. Well, actually, Escavalier is part Steel type, so that's good against Xerneas. Ooh, items. Ooh, slightly boosts the accuracy of moves. I think that might be useful. Although, going up it. Gonna go for Citrus Berry. Just, you know, Citrus Berry is always useful, and I don't think I have much PP for Blizzard left anyway. Escavalier. Of course, the other options were Vigavolt, which needs to come from Alola, and Maractus, which needs to come from Unova. So yeah, I'm going to go for Superpower. Magneton uses Magnet Rise. I'm not sure Escavalier is going to use any ground type moves, but alright. Superpower does very little damage. Quagsire uses Scald, which burns it. Wow. Escavalier uses Drill Run. Munchlax uses Fire Punch. Yeah, that's going to do a bunch of damage. And it has a Life Orb. Superpower. Magneton uses Electro Ball. Superpower brings it down into the yellow. Lowers my attack and defense again though. Quagsire uses Amnesia, which is going to boost its special attack. Oh no, special defense even. Oops. Drill Run. Yeah, doesn't do much. Munchlax uses Fire Punch. Yeah. Does a whole lot of damage. And the burn helps. Gonna go for Superpower. Magneton uses Electro Ball, brings it down into the red. Piloswine, yeah, that's not doing much. Oh well. Lowers my attack and defense again. Quagsire uses Focus Blast. Escavalier uses Fury Cutter on Piloswine. And Munchlax uses Fire Punch, and that's all she wrote for Escavalier. I'm not going to catch it because of course Escavalier needs to come from Unova. But hopefully someone else takes it because it will help against Xerneas. And William takes it. Good-o. And we trudge on against Xerneas. Problem is with Piloswine is a lot of the moves I have are not... Well, they don't have much PP, and I've already used a lot. In fact, I think Superpower is now out of PP, and Blizzard has maybe 2 left. Yeah, and I can Dynamax now, so we're gonna see exactly how much PP I have left. Yeah, none for Max Knuckle. Not that I would use it, but I'm gonna go for Max Hellstorm twice. Yeah, big Piloswine versus big God of Life. Right, is it? Oh god, Dazzling Gleam. Doesn't knock anyone out this time, that's good. And it activates my Citrus Berry. Which brings me back into the green. Max Hailstorm. Although it's probably not good that I'm setting up Hail. That's going to do... Oh, that was a crit and it did that little damage. Oh dear. And it starts to hail, which isn't actually very good for our team. Quagsire has Amnesia, which is going to boost its special defense though. Escavalier goes for Taunt, which is going to stop Xerneas from setting up Ingrain. And Gunk Shot. Oh, that's the move we need to see, although it was a crit. And it's poisoned. Good. Of course, if Xerneas is shiny, then it's eligible for the challenge because Xerneas is not available as shiny from its home region of Kalos. And Munchlax fainted. I think that is our first out of 4. First out of 4 deaths, right? Gonna go for Max Hailstorm again. Xerneas uses Max Overgrowth. Please not on Piloswine. Oh, that might... Yeah, right. Oh, leaves me on 21 HP. Wow. But it does set up grassy terrain. Gonna go for Max Hailstorm. It does very little damage. Oh well. Quagsire goes for Scald, which does just as much damage. Well, it was a crit, so fair enough. Escavalier goes for Drill Run. I thought Escavalier would have like some steel type moves. Doesn't seem to. Everyone takes some damage from Hail, and Xerneas heals. Well, actually, everyone heals some from grassy terrain. And Poison. And Munchlax is going to be sent back out. Going to go for... Okay, so I'm out of Max Hailstorm PP. So instead I'm going to go for Max Rockfall. So instead of Hail, we're going to have Sandstorm, which isn't much better. Dazzling Gleam is going to take me and Quagsire out. Before I can use that though, big explosion. Yeah, it's a shame. And Quagsire faints. So that is our 3rd out of 4 allowed deaths. We have to make sure no one else dies. Drill Run brings Xerneas down into the yellow. Gunk Shot is avoided. Oh, that's a shame. Hail. Right, I'm going to cheer everyone on this turn and hopefully it does something. I wish the NPCs cheered you on it, but they just don't. Oh, and the cheer didn't do anything. Horn Leech on Escavalier isn't going to do much, but is going to heal a tiny bit. Escavalier uses Drill Run. It's a crit. Munchlax uses Gunk Shot. Thank goodness it hits this time. And then Pokemon are buffeted by Heal. and then I'm going to be buffeted by hail, and then I'm going to be healed by grassy terrain. Then Xerneas' poison is going to go off, and we're going to send Quagsire and Piloswine back out. The end of these turns are mad. Oh, and Xerneas shook off the taunt. Actually, is Xerneas even poisoned still? I think, did Xerneas nullify stat changes? No, it didn't. Good. Yeah, gonna go for Rock Tomb. Yeah, now it nullifies stat changes, right. And it uses Ingrain because Taunt wore off, right. That's gonna heal it a bit more at the end of each turn. Moonblast on Quagsire brings it right down into red. It's gonna be knocked out by hail, isn't it? Rock Tomb does barely anything. It lowers its speed. Quagsire uses Scold, does barely anything again. Drill Run brings it down into red, but I hope Gunk Shot hits and he's like a crit. No, it's not. I think that might be it. Hailstock, yes! Xerneas heals. Okay, Xerneas and Quagsire are both in red. So what I'm going to do is, instead of going for Rock Tomb, I'm going to go for Ice Shard. Because what really helps would be hitting first. Even if it does less damage than Rock Tomb would. Yeah, going to go for Ice Shard. Hopefully it's a crit. It's not a crit. Oh well. And it uses Max Overgrowth on either... Yeah, that's all she wrote. I hate that Xerneas always waits until the very end to just end it. And that's going to kick us back out without any Galarian Pokemon. Oh well. We get 3 Dynamax. Right. Let's try again, because we have time. Go for Xerneas again. Save the adventure. Don't invite others. Right. Oh, Piloswine's back. Ooh. I think I'm going to go for Piloswine again, because it's the only one here with 3 different types of attacking moves. So Isabella's going to go for Copperaja, Portia's going to go for Marowak, and Janet's going to go for Emolga. Of course, we are looking for water and rock types again for Drednaw. There's one water type at the very end and no rock types. Wow. What is that water type at the end? It looks like a fish, based on the back of its silhouette. That is almost certainly Seeking, or just any Coughing or Drifloon, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we're going to go for... Actually, that's a Weezing, I think. Also, that was a Drifblim. Why did I call it a Drifloon? But yeah, we're going to go for Weezing. Go Piloswine. Oh, neutralizing gas. Great. Right. I'm going to go for Max Hailstorm. Yeah, big Piloswine again. It's weird that I've ended up with 2 Piloswine in a row. And still we haven't even found one Drednaw. Right. This is a bit weird. Oh well. Emolga uses Rising Voltage. Weezing uses Max Flare on Copper. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that brings Copperaja down to the low yellow. And sets up Sun. Max Hailstorm is going to immediately take away that Sunbow and set up Hail instead. Yeah, started to Hail. Iron Defense is going to boost its defense. Marowak uses Will-O-Wisp, which is going to burn Weezing. I hope that gas ain't flammable. Everyone's hit by hail. Unfortunately, that's kind of my fault. Gonna go for Max Hailstorm again. Amog uses Acrobatics. Weezing uses Dark Pulse, which almost knocks Copperaja out. In fact, I think Copperaja might be taken out by the hail. Yeah, I gotta feel a bit bad about that. But Max Hailstorm's gonna bring it down into the yellow. Flash Cannon's gonna do a bit of damage. Flare Blitz. Yeah. Oh, Copperaja is knocked out while I was looking at something else. Oh well. I think that was by hail, so I feel kind of bad about that. Go for Max Hailstorm. Mog uses Rising Voltage, bring it down into the red. Weezing uses Clear Smog, which, yeah, is going to remove Marowak stat changes. Max Hailstorm. Yeah, knocks it out. Cool. Of course, I'm not going to catch it. Weezing needs to come from Kanto. No need to waste a Pokeball. Hopefully someone takes it, because Poison type will be good for Xerneas, and Janet takes it. Right, Lairon or Noctowl. Right, I think I'm going to go for Lairon, so we can have a choice of 3 next turn. I'm fairly sure that Silhouette isn't Drednaw, though that's the one thing we lose if we're wrong. But I'm fairly sure that's a fish. I'm fairly sure that's a fish and not whatever the hell Drednaw is. Drednaw's a turtle. But yeah, I couldn't really tell what fish it was. I can just tell, like, it's probably a fish. So we're gonna go up against Lairon. Again, this is weird. There's a lot of things repeating here. Piloswine, Lairon. Oh well. Oop, I can't Dynamax, of course. I just Dynamax. I'm gonna go for Superpower. Weezing uses Heat Wave. Does a good amount of damage. Superpower. Yeah. It's gonna lower my attack and defense value. And Lairon uses Max Steel Spike. Yeah, that's on. No, it's not on Piloswine. Thank goodness. It's gonna bring Weezing down into the yellow. And boost its defense. Copperaja uses Body Press, which brings Lairon down into the yellow. Marowak uses Will-O-Wisp, but it's going to burn it, which is good. Gonna go for Superpower again. Weezing uses Heat Wave. Superpower brings Lairon down into the red. Good. And my attack and defense fall again. Lairon uses Iron Tail. And it misses. Good. Copperaja uses Iron Defense. A lot of iron going on. Marowak uses Flare Blitz, which almost knocks it out. I said that it didn't really almost knock it out, but oh well. Superpower. Weezing uses Heat Wave, and Lairon is down. Of course, again, no need to catch Lairon. Lairon needs to come from Hoenn. But someone should take it, because Steel is again good for Xerneas. I suggest Alolan Marowak gets replaced by it. Never mind, Janet takes it. Okay. By Weezing. Executor. Hitmonlee. Ooh, that bug type is very small. I think that's a Cutiefly. Or Cutiefly's evolution. Yeah, if that's true, it doesn't really matter which we go for. We're going to go for it just in case I've interpreted the silhouette. But I'm fairly sure it's Ribombee. Yeah. Ah, well. And I can Dynamax, so I'm going to Dynamax. I'm going to go for Max Rockfall. Ribombee uses Max Flutterby on Lairon, which does bloody hell more damage than I thought it would. That's not super effective, is it? No, it's not it. Bloody hell. Right, but it lowers everyone's special attack, which is bad because I'm going to use Max Rockfall. Actually, that might be physical, I'm not sure. But either way, it does an alright amount of damage. And it sets up Sandstorm. Lairon uses Metal Sound, which is going to lower its special defense. Copperajah uses Iron Defense, which is going to boost its defense. Marowak's going to burn it with Will-O-Wisp. And people are going to be buffeted by Sandstorm. And with Ribombee's going to take burn damage. And it's going to use Pollen Puff, which is going to do a bunch of damage to me. Alright, Max Rockfall. Yeah, brings it down into the yellow. Lairon uses Iron Tail, which bloody hell does even more damage than Max. I think that's 4 times effective, it must be. Copperajah is just going to use Iron Defense, isn't it? It's just going to keep boosting its defense. Marowak uses Flare Blitz, and that's all she wrote for Ribombee. And I'm going to not catch it. Ribombee needs to come from Alola. Should I double check that? I'm fairly sure it needs to come from Alola. But yeah, it needs to come from Alola. Don't catch it. I was just thinking maybe I got it mixed up, but I haven't. Thank goodness. Ribombee was introduced in Sun and Moon. Always good to double check sometimes, you know. Right, gonna go up against Xerneas again with the Piloswine. No Galarian Pokemon this time as well, and again we're here with Piloswine. So hopefully this doesn't go quite like the last one did. Xerneas is gonna use its Fairy Aura. Yeah, Blizzard. Right, Xerneas is Dazzling Gleam, which almost knocks me out, but does knock Lairon out. That is our first out of 4 allowed deaths. Blizzard, it hits and it does very little, and it doesn't freeze. Copperajah uses Iron Defense, although I think Xerneas really focuses on special moves, so I don't know how much good that's going to do you. Man, it's going to burn it with Will-O-Wisp, so I suppose it's good that I didn't freeze it, although I think freeze would have been better. Ah well. I'm going to go for Blizzard again. Xerneas uses Max Starfall, that's almost certainly going to be on. Well, it's not on Piloswine, but it does bring Copperajah down into the red. Ooh. And set us up Mist. Blizzard is avoided. Copperajah uses Flash Cannon, which is good. About time it uses Flash Cannon. Flare Blitz is going to do a bit of damage as well. And Burn. And we're going to get Lairon back out, which is good. We need Lairon. Gonna go for Rock Tomb. Xerneas uses Ingrain. It's gonna heal some damage at the start of each turn. I mean, at the end of each turn, even. Metal Sound is gonna lower its defense. It was special defense and harshly. Steel Roller, yeah, there we go. Wait, does Steel Roller's no, Steel Roller does more damage if there is a terrain up. I think that's how it works. And that's why the terrain went away immediately afterwards. I'm gonna use Max Rockfall, although I might be knocked out before I can even use it. We will see. And hopefully I'm not. HP. Right. Xerneas is gonna nullify stat changes and abilities, and then use Horn Leech on Lairon. Luckily not on Piloswine. And then it's going to use Moonblast on Kokoroja, which is going to knock it out. So that's our second out of 4 deaths. I think that might be third, actually. Right, max Rockfall. That does very little damage for being a Dynamax move. And it sets up Sandstorm. Leron uses Iron Tail. That's good. We need like one more turn. Flare Blitz. He's down in red. We need like one more turn without being knocked out. Ah. I wish I had Max Guard. This is one of the times I wish like I had any status moves to use Max Guard. Xerneas uses Max Starfall on Leron. Please don't knock it out. I think it's on like 1 HP. It's gonna be killed by Sandstorm at the end of this turn. Oh, it didn't. Ah, oh, bloody hell. Right, Moonblast. Yeah. I hate it when these Pokemon just decide to use 2 moves in a row. That's gonna... yeah, we're out. That's a shame. This episode has been really unsuccessful. Jeez, we haven't caught any Pokemon. Oh well. Let's go back to the box. Just to see how we are doing. That's how we're doing. I'm going to pause the timer because this episode is at an end. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Today we did some Dynamax Adventures, hoping to find Drednaw, and we did not find Drednaw. Next time we will do one Dynamax Adventure because we will find it in one Dynamax Adventure, right? We have to, surely. And we will find Drednaw. I hope to see you back here for that. Ciao.